Alright, guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
Ninetailedbrush.
And today, we are watching WandaVision Episode 9, the season finale. I feel like you have been kind of killing the theory game, so I'm excited for you to see how much you have or haven't gotten right. Huge reveals last episode, right? Scarlet Witch, Chaos Magic, a big cliffhanger with Monica and Pietro or whoever
it is.
That is.
Because we don't know anymore.
Yeah. And then full on, like, Agatha Harkness, like, full evil, holding the kids hostage in the middle of the street.
Just straight witch out in the middle of the street.
Do you have any theories before we go into this final thing? Like, anything you want to put down?
I mean...
before we have the final answers.
I'm not sure. So, I mean, one of my biggest theories was the whole Agnes thing, right? She was evil. So now it's kind of like, okay, I still don't know what exactly is up with the kids.
Well, and the other thing, I actually forgot, but you pointed out the other thing is the thing in the Vision Stone or whatever. Like the person.
Yeah, the person coming, and I said it was kind of like the mom.
Like Agatha's mom.
Or whatever, because the headpiece or whatever. So either that or it also looked after the movie. I mean, after our reaction, right?
Yeah.
I was also thinking about the headpiece that Wanda was wearing in the Halloween thing. Right.
Okay.
It kind of reminded me of kind of like that.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking like there's some sort of link between the either like the name drop being the Scarlet Witch or like being some sort of like power.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like the only thing I can like assume that person in the light is like some sort of like predecessor or something like that, or like you know what I'm saying, like giving the power to her or something like that, right?
All right.
And then also I forgot. Whatever.
Well, anyway, full-length reaction is going to be up on our Patreon, as well as next week's reaction, which I haven't totally decided on yet, so actually feel free in the comments. Do you guys want us to do the X-Men? We're going to take a little bit of a break from Marvel, also because if anybody knows anything, there are things that have to be watched now that aren't necessarily Marvel TV shows to get everything else. So, do you guys want us to start Daredevil? Or do you want us to start the X-Men Cinematic Universe? Thoughts? Throw in the comments down below. But whatever that's going to be, as well as the full-length reaction of this movie, is going to be up on our Patreon for early access. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, that really does support us, helps us keep doing what we're doing. And yeah, thank you for joining us here. Thank you for watching. This has been an awesome journey. And let's just get into WandaVision Episode 9.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Now, we watch a lot of movies on the channel, and in every movie, there's always that portal, speed device, spaceship, time machine that takes you to different lands, different planets, different places. Well, imagine if you could do that for yourself. Well, with Surfshark VPN, you can. Surfshark VPN is a mobile app and browser extension which allows you to virtually teleport anywhere in the world by changing your VPN. This is great on a reaction channel because instead of having to buy a million different streaming services, you can just change your VPN, change your location, and be able to find that movie on Netflix Canada or Netflix US or Netflix Japan. Additionally, Surfshark VPN also offers you a secure browsing experience, whether privately or publicly. I know you guys are anime fans. You're looking up some weird stuff. You don't want people to see that. Well, Surfshark VPN will protect you. Or maybe you just want to send some files to your friend and make sure nobody looks at them. You're protected there. Maybe you even want to do some online banking. They can promise you a secure banking experience. So right now, Surfshark VPN is offering White Noise Reacts fans an exclusive offer. If you follow that link in the description, put in the promo code White Noise Reacts before checkout, you guys will receive 83% off as well as 3 additional months for free. I want to thank Surfshark VPN for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to it.
These are runes, Wanda. Only the witch that casts the...
Well, you got more magic when you liked it in Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so
remember, we also have the other Vision.
Yeah. That was a big thing.
Yeah,
but
actual real Vision.
Oh, yeah, and she had the powers, too. Random powers.
That makes you the Scarlet Witch.
Okay, so that line makes it seem like only the Scarlet Witch can use that chaos magic. It feels
because she was saying you were like the thing of a myth.
Yeah. Yeah. So what exactly does she want?
I'm counting on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, that looks so sick.
It's kind of my thing.
Uh-oh. She's like taking her... That's true.
This pathetic little corner of the world all to herself.
Wanda seems powerful, but like doesn't know about it, you know? Yeah.
Oh, just like Civil War, baby.
Right? I'm not sure.
That's a reference to Dorothy. In the Wizard
Oh,
of Oz.
yeah. Oh, yes, the witch, too.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, shoot. This is probably like freaking
She's
just
like,
a
what?
body.
Is it really him?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, the other vision.
Dude. They got the budget on this episode.
Vision. This is our home.
Then let's fight for it.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
No one can hear you from in here.
Yeah, and who are you, bro?
You must be destroyed. Know that.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. I like the fact that he's like a drone.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
Because he is.
Come on, woo.
Never be able to cover this up. Want to cancel the show, so there's no footage proving there was ever more than one vision. They'll thank me for recovering such a valuable asset. You could be part of that victory, Jenny. If only you had a little more vision.
Okay.
Okay, dude. You deserve to go to
straight
jail for the
evil?
pun.
You're straight evil now.
Probably have something to say about your plan when they arrive inside the house.
Uh-oh. It's the FBI open up beam.
Dude, yes.
James Wu. Hey, I've got a situation and I was hoping you could get here inside the hour.
Please, because I
gotta look cool.
you're gonna make me look bad if you don't.
You've never been up against another witch before. Did you know
Yeah, but
that
she's
there's
an
a
Avenger.
chapter devoted to you in the dark hole?
That was the book.
Uh-oh.
She has no coven, no need for incantation. I'm not a witch. Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme.
Uh-oh.
Wanda? Dottie? My name is Sarah. I have a daughter. Really anything. If you could just let her out of her room. If I could just hold her. Please.
Because all the kids that we didn't see, she just was keeping in their rooms. But it doesn't mean they weren't feeling everything she was feeling.
Yeah.
Agnes doesn't live here. You do. Ralph Boner? How is she controlling you?
You want to tussle again?
Whoa!
Do you?
My husband's on a business trip. Tell him I love him. Not to come back here. Ever.
I'm exhausted.
You're fine. No, that's not true. I've kept you safe.
No, you've kept yourself safe.
You feel at peace. We feel your pain.
Oh, no. Dude.
Well, this is gonna play right into Agnes's hands.
Use your power and do it now. Heroes don't torture people.
But she wants her to use the power.
Well,
Dude. That is awesome, though.
Whoa.
This is it. We're going in.
Great.
Whoa, this is cool. Whoa.
Isn't this awesome? I told you.
Oh! That's so cool because
Yeah.
now you can't see the sky.
Oh no!
No, shoot! I forgot. Shoot. The timing is all bad. The timing is
Well-
bad.
Can she create like a bubble around him or something?
Tied your family to this twisted world, and now one can't exist without the other. Are you okay?
No, she's clearly not okay,
Yeah.
actually. And of course, like,
And
these
she
guys...
they got in.
Like, yeah, of course, like, the only people that actually went through the barrier.
That's such a sick shot, though.
Listen, boys. Your mother and I never really prepared you for this. You were born.
Oh, this is so epic.
My programming directive is to destroy the vision. But I'm not the true vision. Only a conditional vision.
You are Vision.
That's true.
I request elaboration.
I like
Yeah,
how they're like battling logically.
Well, because he's like a drone, so he like he needs to follow that exact. You know, there's like no
and,
like
and
nuance.
they connect on that level,
Yeah.
right?
Mommy will be right back.
Oh,
No, stand down!
Whoa! What the heck? Whoa, that's kind of like.
Nice tricks. I like yours too.
yeah, yours is a little crazier.
Yeah, like what exactly happened there?
Freaking Darcy!
Hey, she made it!
The ship of Theseus is an artifact in the museum. Over time, his planks of wood rot and are replaced with new planks. When no original plank
So
remains,
cool.
is it still the ship of Theseus? Are restored and reassembled free of the rot. Is that the ship of Theseus? Neither is the true ship.
Yeah.
So then you both are Vision.
Perhaps the rot is the memories. The wear and tear of the voyages. As a carbon-based synthesoid, your memory storage is not so easily wiped out.
Not gonna lie, this is my favorite scene.
This is so sick.
It's so interesting. It's so.
I am Vision.
Yeah. But he doesn't have the memories of here,
No,
right?
guys.
Oh, she's back here.
But it's like Avengers. We haven't seen her use that power since Ultron.
It's the thing. What does it mean?
And you,
You also can't trust her.
people of Westview, can all live together.
I mean, like, listen. First of all, she already saw how messed up it was.
Yes.
It's just you can't do it.
Bring it.
Nice. Shoot.
With the red clouds.
Shoot, is she absorbing every time she attacks her though?
Yes.
Shoot.
There's more. I want it all!
She looks so cool though.
Is she hitting the walls on purpose at all, or is he trying to
We don't know.
like overcharge her? Maybe. Like how much shit can she handle?
This world you know will always be broken.
There's still.
Yeah.
Like you.
She's so freaking evil.
Whoa. Was that why she was hitting the walls? It's like no more
Roots. In a given
sucky powers.
only the witch who casts them
Yeah.
use her magic.
Come on, give us like a Kamehameha. Oh shoot. Oh snap.
Oh,
Whoa.
we recognize that?
Whoa.
Give me the comic accurate costumes, or at least inspired costumes all day.
That's sick.
You have no idea what you've unleashed. You're gonna need me.
If I do, I know where to find you.
Wait.
I'll be saving your Agnes.
Not if I see you firsthand.
I know you'll set everything right. Just not for us.
Not for us.
I like how even the vision that she imagined, like, pushes her to do better.
Yeah. I wish this vision's memories would have been able to been transplanted over somehow. It's unfortunate.
Big day today. Your mother and I. Very proud of you both.
We could never truly leave each other even if we tried. You know that, right?
Good night, Chubs.
Night, Dad. Night, Dad. Good night, Mom.
That's crazy because all of this is gone, you know.
And
Jeez.
for Vision, right? Like, he doesn't know any better. These are his kids. This is.
Yeah.
Are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me. You are a body of wires and blood and bone that I've created. You are my sadness and my hope. But mostly you're my light.
There's been a voice with no body. A body but not human, and now a memory made real.
Such a sick camera shot.
What about the other?
Yeah. I mean, all these people hate you.
I don't understand this power, but I will. Good luck.
What about the other Vision?
Yeah, we don't know.
Because now that's
Of course, we left off with the other Vision. We have no idea.
but he's the other Vision now. You know, the
Yeah,
one
he
that
is.
died.
Yeah. Close.
And begin in the hardware store, Miguel. Let's move.
Good old Woo,
Monica.
killing it.
Authority looks good on you, Jimmy.
Where's Darcy?
Something about debriefs are for the week.
By an old friend of your mother's. He heard you've been grounded.
Jones, maybe?
Yep. That's a super cool shot.
That was...
I mean, that's it. That's the whole thing.
That was a crazy ending.
I mean, this episode, like, I like that they just went all out. Like, the action in this episode is epic.
Dude, I'm glad that they ended it with, like, you know... I mean, I of course thought that there was going to be some sort of, like, altercation, some sort of fight at the end, but to see, like, Wanda versus Agatha, just, like, full out, like, witch versus witch battle, that was really sick.
And
especially
Vision versus Vision.
The Vision versus Vision
Yes.
was so cool, bro.
Yes.
I mean, because we've seen Vision fight, but, like, not
a ton, actually.
because, honestly, like, he like, appeared, like, kind of, like, halfway through, like, the universe, and then he died early on, kind of. So, but it's cool to kind of see him really going all out. And then
we got the full Scarlet Witch getup.
Dude, that was sick. I was about to make a joke of like, is this transformation sequence? I was like gonna say that, but it actually was, and that's cool. I like, because before she didn't really have like
she didn't have an outfit.
Yeah, like a superhero getup, you know. Like everyone kind of had their superhero getup, and she never really.
And she had a little bit had it in Infinity War, but not a lot.
I mean,
yeah,
barely. But like now, she actually has like a full on. Like she's going full witch mode. You know, it's not like your everyday whatever. It's like no, I'm embracing.
I feel so relieved, dude. It's like finally we're on the same page. I don't know anything more than you do now.
Okay, sick. Now you can't.
God, so we could like theories now is going to be great. I don't have to worry about anything.
I mean, yeah, you could hit me up with your like other knowledge that you might have as far as like comic stuff, but because I don't know.
But I mean, dude, low key, you kind of called the series. Like halfway through, you were like inches away from calling the series.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure. Like, I mean, I feel like the most confusing stuff was like, what are the extent of people's powers, right? And like, can you create life? Can you not create life? Right? That's like the biggest thing. So apparently the kids were just like Vision, and they kind of were just created, right? Mm. Which means that Wanda has that like ability to like create life almost, right? Like something like almost like artificial life or something like that, right? Yeah. Which is interesting. I mean, that shows like the Scarlet Witch
to her.
Yeah, the Scarlet Witch sort of title is, or whatever, is clearly something that is, not to be messed with, kind of. I mean, it's like, we've seen her use her powers, they've been strong, but the fact that she can kind of do that, and she's not even, well, from what I can assume, she's not even like at her full potential yet, right? Is kind of crazy. So I mean, we'll have to see. It looks like she's
so that we saw her astral form at the end.
Yeah,
which is
her astral form?
Like Doctor Strange.
Okay, so that's why I was wondering, because I was like, oh, okay, she looks kind of
she's multitasking. No. So that was like some sort of which it's like, okay, she's really learning magic if she knows how to do that now. But then there was her hearing Tommy and Billy.
Yeah, which was interesting. It's almost like, I mean, I can't tell if that was current time.
I feel like it's multiversal.
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously I know there's Doctor Strange multiverse, so that's why I'm thinking, but I feel like it's multiversal somehow.
Yeah, like maybe her kids are real in another, or something like that?
Something. Or maybe I guess they exist in the astral plane. I don't know. There's kind of limit, like unlimited theories, I guess, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, I mean, because the biggest thing is like we don't know. I mean, as far as like Marvel Universe goes, because anything kind of can go. It's like, it's hard to like. You can't say no. This is off limits. They're not gonna like. They can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, so. Apparently, yeah.
And then, Monica's. So now I can tell you about Monica's character. So I actually forget. She has like 3 or 4 potential different names in the comics. But I believe somebody was explaining that her powers in the comics essentially are like she will take energy and then be able to utilize
that energy.
So like you see it when Wanda hits her and she lands, she like redistributes the energy that Wanda hit her with. And with the bullet, it was the same thing. And with the necklace, she was able to like see that. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I thought they were kind of cool. I thought her power set was interesting.
Yeah, because it was hard to kind of gauge what exactly it was.
Yeah. Now, once again, I don't actually know. I think that's what it is in the comics, though. That's what a lot of videos are talking about. But I mean, yeah, like what did you think of the episode? What do you think of the show? There's a lot of like... we can talk about Wanda as a character, which I know is a contentious topic.
Okay, well, let's first talk about just this episode, standalone.
Yes. Yes.
I loved, obviously, the battle. That was so sick.
Yes.
Right.
I actually kind of think I like the Vision battle better than the...
I liked the Vision battle just because, I don't know, it might just be my preference as far as like battles go.
It's like a taste thing, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I like the way Vision kind of like fights or something.
And I loved the dialogue, like the whole Theseus's ship sequence with this beautiful music, and they're in a library, which
I'm talking about excluding that entire scene. I like Vision's fight, or his like the way that they kind of like his sort of
his power set's really interesting.
Just the aesthetic that he kind of like brings about when he fights is like interesting. I really like the sort of like that drone self of him. That was really cool. Right. And then just like hearing the metal, because, like they look like flesh and stuff, but they're like, they're still made of vibranium. And so seeing all the damage done because of that, and, the sound of them like socking each other and the laser beams
and they're like
flying around,
punching each other and then grabbing each other's like fists in each other.
Yeah. Like it was like, because they're like phasing through and stuff. I thought that was really, really cool. And then, of course, I mean, Wanda's fight is no like... laughing matter. Yeah. That was sick too.
Yes.
And I knew she was doing something. It's one of those like anime tropes where you're like, okay.
I literally was thinking that when I was watching. Now that I see more anime coming back to it, I was like, this is totally an anime upgrade moment. Like it totally is.
But also like the whole missing your opponent and then say, I wasn't aiming for you whole deal. I was like, oh bro, I've seen this before. But that was cool. I like that she was like utilizing, because I didn't really know what she was going for. Like I was feeling like, okay, you're like
if
missing
you
on
watched,
purpose.
She would hit her and then she would throw some. So it was like a distraction.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I like that. And I like that she was like, she utilized the runes now, and it's like, it's almost like you're seeing
she's
her
accepting the magic
upgrade.
I want to see her be more magic, like because that's always been my favorite thing. In the MCU. Was the Doctor Strange like magic, and so seeing her adopt more of that, I think will be super cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. If I'm gonna be honest, like I wish Agatha would have used a little more creative magic. Mm-hmm. That would have been cooler for me, at least. I would have liked to see, because to me, that's like magic, true. It
was a little bit like laser beamy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get that. That's fair.
I thought that would, of course, I'm not saying that it was, I was disappointed or anything like that, but that would have been cool. And like even little things like seeing, Wanda like disappear and then use the magic that she used on her, right? That kind of stuff is really interesting to me. I like that kind of stuff, like as far as big magic goes. And because when I think of magic, like the whole Doctor Strange fight with Thanos, like that kind of like
this is one of my favorite bizarre, fights in the MCU. Like,
yeah, literally. It's cool. And if Wanda's going anywhere in that direction,
she just said she's stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme easily.
I mean, I'm saying like just aesthetically, like that sort of fighting, sign me up, bro, because that's sick.
Sam Raimi, Wanda, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
No, but yeah, I mean their fight was awesome, regardless. And then what else? What else happened?
I really liked the way they did the goodbye. I thought that was like really beautiful, actually.
Yeah, it's cool because obviously it's sad, but I like that. You can see that you can really see that it's the vision that she imagines, right? And even then, you can tell that, deep down, she understands that this is wrong. Because Vision is, at every moment, opposing her.
But that's such a cool subversion. Because a lot of things like this, or like an imaginary person or anything like in a movie, right? It's like, oh, this is what you want to see. But I feel like that it shows, like, to me how genuine, like, I don't know if you ever heard this where people are like, oh, you know, you want to find somebody as your significant other who pushes you to be a better person, right? Who's not just okay with, like, obviously they accept you, but then they want you to be better because they recognize your potential.
Of course.
But you don't want to go too far and have them be like, you suck or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like just seeing that, where it's like her image of Vision, I think it shows how much they love each other, where it's like her image of Vision is like telling her that she has to do the right thing. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it lends itself to like a complex. It's not just a surface level love, because if he is that love and whatever, it's like the fact that he's so complex is like this weird, like, wait, so that's like how they were, which is really cool.
I mean, because it's like, you know, it shows that she truly loves everything about him.
Yes.
Right, and she created something, you know, that she imagines to be him, which includes that, you know, the stuff that she loves about him, which is the fact that he will strive for what is right.
Yeah.
Right? That's why she loves him. And so in the end, that, you know, kind of helps her get out of it. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. I think it goes back to, which I guess this will help us segue into actually talking about her. It like we talked a few episodes ago, where it's like her weakness and her strength is the fact that she cares so much. And so she quite literally loved 3 beings into existence. Into existence. Like they weren't just puppets. Like she loved them into existence.
Yes.
But that's also super, super dangerous, because like even that temptation at the end, which obviously she didn't take, but it's like she, with that, the flip side is I will do anything for the people that I love.
Yeah. And of course, it gets to that point where you're like, you know, like how far are you willing to go, right? How far, right? Because there's like, yes, doing things for the people that you love.
Yeah.
And then there's like, you know, doing anything for the people you love, right? Because then it gets to the point where it starts to become a little selfish, where that's not real, I feel like, true love. It's almost like, you know, you rely on it so much that these people that you love will be disappointed in you, but as long as they're there, you don't care, you know?
Yeah, it's a trippy,
because I mean, it's like,
thing.
You know, what if she said, no, okay, I'm going to keep this world, basically, right?
Yeah, well, it's just wrong in the bigger picture, because...
Well, yeah, and it's something, if you're, you know, if you have a genuine love for someone and they have a genuine love for you and you guys are both like, you know, good people, then that person will not want that.
Which is why Vision was, because he wants the best for her, and that's not the best for her, right? Like they talk about what love is, like willing the good of another, not to be with another.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the good of.
And so I feel like, you know, yeah, you can only go so far as that, you know, which is, you know, of course, her love. I mean, so far it's fine, you know, like obviously it kind of like went a little, you know, her grief went overboard, but
to be fair, when she recognized it, she did stop. But once again, it's like, okay, that's like the difference between accidental, like involuntary manslaughter and murder. It's like, yeah, but they're both still crimes.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, like I don't think, like, I mean, she's not forgiven.
Here's the horrible thing with me, and I know this is so horrible. I still want her to be a villain. I want her to be a villain so bad, and it's because, like, I know we all love Wanda, but like, can everybody agree that would just not be like the most beautiful tragedy villain? Like, that would literally be one of the best characters in the entire MCU or in cinema history. Frankly, like a 7-movie villain arc, and she had this moment of redemption, and then like it's like that like passion of hers is her weakness.
It would have to, for me to accept it, they would have to go through a lot more still, because
sure, but I think this could be the gateway, right? So like they could just be like, okay, and she moves on and redeems herself from this, but there's a part of me that's like, I almost want this to be like, yes, she didn't do this on purpose, and she realized it was wrong, and then she said stop. But it's like
I mean,
it's that slow.
It's tough
turn.
though, because her character is kind of against that, actually, right?
That's true.
Because the big thing about that is like, usually you don't see. I mean, right? Why was she pushed to this point? And it's because of a few big things that happened, right?
That's true.
Right, her parents dying, her brother dying, then Vision dying, and there's no one there for her. You know, it's not like she has this tendency to do this or something.
That's
and,
true.
even though she does regret it,
that's true.
She still has that tendency. It's like, well, there's got to be some sort of catalyst for it next time,
that is
right?
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
you're right.
I still have to see some. I have to see some other.
That's fair. No, you're totally right. I'm pushing it.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I do hope
it would have been cool if she at the end of this she was like, no,
dude. If she just said F this and kept her
Yeah.
family, like, do you know how epic and dark that would have been?
That would have been kind of crazy.
And it just cuts to Wu staring at the hex, and that's how it ends.
It would have been sad, but that would have been
kind of dope.
An epic.
Nah,
but
I do think though, I really do. There needs to be something. I'm fine with the show ending here, but I am gonna be annoyed if we don't acknowledge. And I'm not just saying in dialogue, like, oh, Westview. Like, there needs to be serious ramifications in the universe for her character, for the Avengers. This was a big thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm a little worried about, where it's like, look, I get it. She did mean well. And she's not a villain, but that's still really messed up. And I don't care how nice they play the music at the end, or even if she says she's sorry. Like, what she did was horrible. And there has to be an in-world acknowledgement beyond just being like, hey, let me slap you on the wrist. Don't do that again.
Because you can't remember, like, I feel like, once again, we cheapen the word hero. Right?
Well, she failed as a hero. She's not bad. She's not a villain, but she failed as a hero.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's at this point, she could be looked at as like a normal person who did a bad thing.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like a normal person who did a bad thing. But the thing is, like, can I still be like, you are an Avenger? You are a hero? It's kind of tough, honestly, at this point.
And look,
I think she needs a little bit of
she could get a redemption. I'm just saying they can't. What I'm really terrified of Marvel doing is being like, oh, we're back to, see, she said she was sorry and she took some time off, and then they're gonna ask her to help, and she's gonna, like, I don't know. For me, it's like she's either gotta have a heck of a redemption arc, like, or something, turn villain something. We can't.
Well, I mean, because I feel like at least the, like, other, because this has to have been a big event. Other Avengers, other even just people who aren't even heroes have to have heard of this.
Social media exists. The 300 people that came out of Westview. Are you kidding me? It's not going to spread through the world.
Like, you know how fast that stuff goes?
Yes.
And then, like, I mean, I'm sure there's freaking, 20 other, superpowered individuals that probably sense this thing. I mean, come on. We're having a new hero every freaking, few movies.
Yeah.
It's like, there's got to be something, right?
Doctor Strange or somebody.
Yeah, so I hope that they address it kind of and be like, I mean, people still look at her as kind of, I mean, especially considering the fact that just before this, everyone still looked at her as like, someone who kind of messed up big. Right? As far as previous events go.
Yeah.
So, and then seeing this whole thing, it should be a really big, like, whoa, dude, you're still like, can you still be like a hero? Like, can we trust you? You know what I'm saying?
Because here's my only thought. And I know this is going to be a little controversial because a lot of people are more on Wanda's side. But here's my thing.
Okay.
In this end of the series, they painted it as like, look, she no one will know what you sacrificed. That's what Monica said. No one will know what you sacrificed. And Wanda's like, no, but they'll still hate me for what I did, right? But if we really think about it, it's like she stole $1 million and she went and she built this beautiful town and all this different kind of stuff, and then she had to give that town up. And it's like, yes, but that doesn't make you a hero. You're just doing what's right because you built this on a wrong.
Well, I mean, it's like, it's exactly like, put it in simpler terms, like, I stole $1 from you, and then I say, I'm going to be a good person or a better person and be like, I'm going to give it up. And it's like, but you stole it, right?
Yeah,
so
and you can't just
you
be
kind of
like,
dropped a level.
Yeah.
And now you're back to normal.
And you're not a worse person. You're not doing like, hey, I'm going to do better in my life after this, but I'm going to keep the $1. It's like, look, and that is cool. I don't want to like not highlight that. But my point is that it isn't, this is my little bit of a gripe with the show, is that the show kind of frames it as like a, I don't know, I feel like they frame it as heroic, and maybe that's a misinterpretation on my part. Whereas it's not necessarily heroic. She did what was right. I don't know. I keep going back to that idea that we talk about with hero, where it's like a hero is what that we strive to be.
Yeah, the problem
right?
is
like 3 steps above the standard.
The problem is just, I mean, what she did was really wrong, right? It's and she, she affected a lot of innocent people directly. You know what I'm saying?
In a horrible way. Like those kids, like can you imagine the kids?
Yeah.
Because if what they said is true and they're sleeping and they all have nightmares, those kids, ages, 2 to whatever, 15, who weren't present in the episode, were having these horrible, tragic nightmares for what? 3 months straight? Like that's horrible.
Yeah, and so it's like I can't look at it as like a heroic deed. It's what you should be doing.
No, and it's awesome. It's redemptive.
No, yeah,
for sure. I guess I like making that distinction because everybody's like, no, but she fixed it, and it's like, yes, that's great, Wanda, but you still did this, and like we need to acknowledge this and deal with this in other movies.
Well, I mean, you broke it, right? You fixed it, but you were the one who broke it. Right?
Well,
that's
and also it's like it will never be the same. So it's like you put tape on it, but it is, and that is good, of course. You took responsibility. That's huge. But at the same time, there's tape on it, and it's not ever going to be the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall still, she was like kind of the villain, especially in other people's lives.
It's I do think in a story sense, she was the antagonist and the protagonist. So that's, I think, where you get that villain, where it truly is her fighting herself. Now, the thing that does make it more complicated, and I will admit this, is that arguably this came out of subconscious grief as opposed to a conscious act. I still am like...
It still happened. Was aware. She could have stopped it, possibly.
It's questionable, but either way, let's say she wasn't aware till the end.
Okay.
It still happened, right? Like...
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, the thing is, when you call someone a hero, they have to rise above, right? It's
Which
not
is why I think, actually, her character... I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential with her character. Because whether they make her a villain or a hero, it's like, I want to see that, but what I'm really worried about is that Marvel is just going to not even acknowledge it and be like, okay, or like a little bit. Like, I know they're going to acknowledge it. I know they're going to be like, oh, whatever, this thing happened and she's a little edgy and she's maybe a little nervous. But like, I want a freaking, we're starting from square one, sort of like, and then that could be awesome. Whether she becomes hero or villain.
Yeah, I just feel like nowadays, like, when a lot of times we call like the hero, for like, I feel like deeds that didn't really make them a true hero. And so we kind of just be like, oh, you're the hero because they did the good thing. Where it's like, no, I feel like a lot of times you should be doing the good thing. The hero is the person that goes beyond that, And so because of that, I feel like they're not going to really,
we'll see.
Delve into it deeper.
I don't want to say anything till they do. I'm just saying, and I also want to be clear because I know all the comments are going to be like, well, Tony Stark was a total douchebag, but in the end, see, I'm not saying I totally like it when people have character flaws. Everybody doesn't have to be a Captain America,
no,
right? But in the end, they're always striving to some degree to discern that good, which I would argue for most of the time Tony is. And second of all, in the end, he didn't just do what was right. He went above and beyond and gave his entire life.
I mean, even before, he was basically entirely giving his entire life, right? I mean, because if you think about it, he's always... I mean, heck, his health was, like, ruined.
Yeah.
because he was always thinking about like these freaking end of the world events, bro. It was like messing with his mind, and then he gave his life. You know, heck, if Wanda gave her life, I'd be like, you're up there with Tony.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
go.
I want something. I don't know. I think there's potential there. Dude, that was just my thing.
Yeah, I am honestly like, because before I didn't really like Wanda was cool, but I didn't really. I don't know. She didn't really click for me. It was kind of like, you know, whatever. She's kind of like there. But now, you know, just seeing her character, dude, she could really be a cool character.
Well, like, honestly, because, like, I was attached to the OG Avengers, but, like, left in the MCU, it's like Doctor Strange and Wanda, for me, number 1 and 2.
Yeah,
like,
I can't even think of...
I like Holland Spider-Man, but he's not number 1 or 2 for me.
No, yeah, Wanda
and so it's like, dude, Wanda, you're straight up to the top. Strange was by far my pick.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. We don't have Black Panther.
That sucks.
So like that's even Loki. It's like I'm sorry, Wanda. Even Vision, dude. Vision is like number 4, maybe above Spider-Man. Even
dude, yeah.
Like this show did.
This show did really well for these characters because before they didn't really have as much screen time or development even.
No, so they had none of it.
No freaking. Also, really quick before, that whole Vision scene though. That's my favorite scene by far.
Yeah.
That was so sick, bro.
I'm so glad you liked that scene because that scene was so cool. And the filmmaking and the music and the fact that they're in a library and that is the most Vision battle of all time.
Because they're still in their like...
They're the same thing.
But they're also... He understands that he's in his... He has his like robot elements like enhanced, you know? It's like he's not... He hasn't gone through the things that he's gone through. He's not as human as he is, you know, as much. Right? And so they like argue and almost battle on this like different level where they can understand each other, you know?
Well, and it's such a cool contrast to Wanda, where it's like we talk about Wanda, and I don't mean emotional in a negative way. We've explained that. Don't be like, I swear sometimes comments like, she's a woman, she's emotional.
Listen. She's just emotional.
You get what I'm saying. Like she does. She cares. But I think that's such a cool contrast then to like literally Vision having a philosophical mental brawl with Vision. Dude, where it's like this like hardcore just like stringent logic.
Well, because it feels so like robotic almost.
Yes.
Like I will determine whether or not this is the right thing, you know? Like I will get to my goal most efficiently. And he's like, "Okay, well, you can't get to your goal because of this." You know? He's like, "Oh, I can't." And then so he agrees, you know? And also, what is with that, right? So, I mean, could Vision be possibly back in some sort of way?
Yeah, so I think the way I would say though is that I almost feel like, and this is why I like Vision's personality, because it actually isn't straight robot. Do you remember how the Terminators are? It's the robot and then they have the skin.
Yeah,
the blood in the skin. I low-key kind of feel like that is with like the AI, where it's like, because remember when we first saw Vision, he was like really stringent AI, but as he interacted more with Wanda, like he learned quite literally to be more human.
Yeah,
I think that this new Vision, even if he has the memories, still will be lacking in the experience, because what makes us human is the human experience. And so even if you have memories of the human experience, I don't know, he still may not be completely there.
That's true. I feel like they could go that way.
Dude, we're gonna have a Theseus debate right here. If you've had the memories but you've never actually lived it, is it the same as actually living it?
I mean, technically, I don't think it would be, but you might still act as if you did experience. Because if you have those memories, bro, that's like the only thing.
He'll still be lacking in what happened in Westview, though. Even
for sure.
Right? So there's still going to be, I feel like it's not going to be like, oh, Vision's back. It's like he's going to be almost his own version of Vision. Yeah. Because every variable that happens along the way to even get back to the Westview point will make him a different AI.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm interested because he kind of just flew off and I was like, what happened? Like, where'd it go?
We have no idea what happened. What did you think of Hayward?
I don't know.
I actually thought I wished they had spent a little more time with him.
Yeah, because I honestly...
Because him getting arrested at the end was like a little bit like, oh, okay.
Because then he felt a little bit like, you know, kind of a throwaway character.
I don't know about you, but I really liked the dynamic where it was like, I get where he's coming from. And like, yeah, he's not a good guy, but there was a certain element of like, look, Wanda's a threat and all this different kind of stuff. And then at the end, it felt a little bit like they were like, well, we just got to make him like really bad. And so then they were like, well, what if he just tries to shoot kids?
Yeah.
Or something like, it felt like they were like, oh, he's too understandable and we don't have enough time to deal with that. And so they were just like, oh, just have him do something horrible and then get him arrested.
Yeah, I mean, because the biggest thing was I thought the cool storyline would be like, you know, obviously Wanda is doing something wrong here. The public
he's doing
sees
something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the public sees her as a certain way.
Yeah.
And he's got to take measures against it. Like, you know, you can't just go around throwing your powers out. Everyone be like afraid for their lives, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was hoping that it was going to go toward that sort of like style where it was like, you know, he is in this position where he has to kind of do something. But then with the whole like vision body thing, and then I was like, okay, well, that's a little straightforward, like evil. Well, not evil, but you know what I'm saying? Like
even
really,
then, I felt like it was a little more nuanced, and then towards the end, it felt like they rushed a little. And look, I want to be clear. I really liked this show.
No, yeah.
But it's like when you're dealing with something this big, I feel like it's fair, especially because there were people that I'm kind of touching on things that people talked about, and I was like, oh, I agree with this or didn't agree with this or whatever.
No, yeah, I just wish his character was a little more fleshed out. He kind of felt like the typical baddie where he's like, oh, you know, he's kind of just straightforward,
evil military,
like bad.
Corporate.
Yeah, doing stuff for money, you know, didn't care about any, you know, people, kids, animals, you know, that kind of stuff. And it was like, okay, just, you know, he got his comeuppance. And it was kind of like that, right? Because I feel like there was potential there where it was like, you know, you could have a pretty cool character.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever.
Even with, like, I really liked the actor of Hayward. I don't know why. There was something about him that, like, I think he was a really good actor. Obviously, everybody else in this show was incredible.
Well,
but, like, you don't
clearly.
Expect the side characters like Hayward to be, like, very good. I feel like even if they did what they did, and we just had, like, an extra 10 minutes to, like, have a showdown or, like, something. Like have this guy kind of flex his talent and, like, you'd be a formidable villain then or something.
Yeah.
I would have liked it a little better. It just felt a little bit like they were rushed and were like, shoot, we have to end this and have him be arrested. And I'm okay with that even. Of course, villain, comeuppance, right? But it's like, I just needed like 5 more minutes where it wasn't just like, oh, he pulls up. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Especially because I feel like he had such potential, even as a villain.
No, yeah, he definitely had a little bit going for him there. I mean, honestly, I don't really care that much because...
That's fair.
It's just not...
That's fair.
Not my character, to be honest. But.
That's fair. No, I thought the acting for both Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, who's Wanda and Vision...
Vision? Okay.
I think, especially Elizabeth Olsen, it was just like, dude, Marvel, not Marvel, be in more stuff. Like, they were... I mean, I know Paul Bettany. Like, we saw him in Master and Commander. We saw him in A Beautiful Mind. Like, he's a really good actor. I've seen him. She was, like, Disney Channel back when she was a kid, I think. And then disappeared. So she's not... She hasn't done a crazy... I mean, she's done some things. But seeing that kind of talent flexed in so many different ways in this show was, I think, to me, incredible.
No, yeah, for sure. I freaking got, like, flashback, like, of, like...
The Olsen twins? I think those are her sisters. I actually don't think she's...
Okay.
I'm not sure, actually. Somebody tell me in the comments. I never watched Disney Channel when I was a kid, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure.
She is related to at least the Olsen twins.
Okay.
Because they used to have a Disney Channel show, and I think she might have been on it, I want to say. I don't remember.
Well, that's cool. No, yeah, I hope they're both in more stuff. You know, I'm sure they will be, but it's cool to see, you know, I mean...
Just the range, the comedy of it too, right? Like the goofiness of the first few episodes. Like it's not just like, oh, the mopey cry scenes. It's like, I don't know, that kind of range I think deserves recognition.
No, I agree. I'm excited to see if, you know, when they show up and stuff. That'll be really fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, final thoughts on the show?
Yeah, I mean, it was really fun trying to kind of like figure out what the heck's going on and like, you know, like it's the fact that it like started off as like a TV show. Like, I just love the like that sort of like, you know, creativity of it, and it's not just, you know, a straightforward sort of show. It's like, you know, there's some like, you know, stuff going on behind the scenes, and then we're doing crazy things here. You know, we're faking you out. It's cool. I enjoyed it, and the fact that they did, you know, have this sick battle at the end. And then they dealt with some, like, you know, legitimate, like, you know, dramatic things and some emotional things.
Dude, you got to go back and read some of the comments on the old video. I swear, it's hilarious. People are like, dude, he almost figured this thing out. Freaking episode 2. Oh my gosh, how did I do this? This is crazy. Oh, it's so close to this. It was like the most fun I've ever had in comment sections going through the whole thing. It was hilarious. Because, dude, there were times where it was like, you were like episode 1, you almost had the whole premise, except you were doing it to Vision instead of her. You were like, oh, Vision's controlling them because he misses her. They're living in this world together, and people are like puppets. And I was just like, yeah, okay.
I can't even remember that.
Like, there's a few times where you were like talking, and I was just like staring at the camera. Yep, he's totally got it.
I mean, I don't even know. I was honestly just confused, like, most of the time through. I was like, wait, what? You're doing this to me? I was so confused when the freaking, what's his name? The
stupid,
what's his name?
Boner?
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't even know his first name. Oh, Pietro. Oh, Pietro. Yeah.
I was so confused.
Dude, they were totally trolling.
I was like,
so stupid.
What are you? He's the freaking.
It's like, no,
Silver. What's
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver from like the other series, looking like the Quicksilver in this series. What do you mean? Yeah, that was. Yeah, it was confusing but fun. I enjoy, you know, trying to guess like what's gonna happen when there's like that sort of like mystery and stuff, and they're dropping the hints. I like that. It's like, it's really fun.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, we'll see as far as Marvel content going forward. It's kind of a matter of what's going to be on the channel or off the channel. We're probably going to keep up to date and watch or, you know what's going on, because we're going to be watching stuff in the future. It's just not as thorough of a totally published watch through. But give us some feedback. Let us know of stuff left. I know people are talking about What If because it's canon. And a few different things like that, especially because you're into animation. That could be kind of fun.
Hey,
we are going to take a little bit of a break. I don't know if it's going to be Daredevil, or I know it's like, oh, we're taking a break from superheroes. I don't know. I just kind of like Daredevil or the X-Men kind of take a little bit of break from the MCU. Also because that's kind of required for understanding some stuff in the future anyway.
Okay.
So let us know which one you guys want in the comments down below next. I mean, both of them will inevitably happen. Daredevil's been on the list to watch. I can't wait. And yeah, thank you for joining us here. Thank you for watching for the show. Thank you for watching the episode. Thank you for watching the channel. You guys are awesome. If you're new here, welcome. Hopefully you stick around, like, and subscribe. There's full-length reactions of everything we watch on the channel. All of WandaVision, all of Loki, all up on our Patreon if you want to go for $1. If you want to go check that out, it really supports us. Super cheap for you guys. And yeah, thank you for joining us here. Thank you for watching. Early access to whatever we're watching next right here up on our Patreon. And hopefully we'll see you all in the next video.